Fellas, today, April 3rd, we have some intel, some leaks from the new Marvel Rivals Season 2, including release dates, who's coming, and more. So let's hop right into it. Starting off, we do have some images by Marvel themselves, including Ultron, including Emma Frost, as well as another cool Ultron pic. And there is some images from costumes that should be coming. But this does mean Ultron and Emma Frost are going to be the ones who are showing up in the next season, not Blade, which honestly I think is for the best, as a new Vanguard and a new support is going to be a good way to go forward, especially a support that flies. So what do we know? It begins on April 11th, more likely than not around 4 to 6 a.m. AST, as that said the last few season updates have gone down. But with everything that has happened with Blade from the last season, the one that we're currently in now, maybe he might be something that is a surprise drop character, or he'll be somehow tied to the new map as well. Or they might do something where he is just tied to that one map, the Eternal Nightfall, but maybe going forward he's just kind of flipped out of the map. We don't know, but we'll see as time progresses. Ultron I'm very excited for. Strategist character who uses drones to assist allies through healing, shielding, and maybe dealing damage over time. Either way, he's going to be super fantastic. We need new supports. We definitely don't need any more DPS at this moment. And then Emma Frost, known for her psychic powers and diamond forms in the comic. It's looking like she could be both very offensive and defensive. Ideally, it'd be nice if they were able to solo tank. We do have some more information about Blade's abilities. His primary attack is a stomp and slash, a very offensive attack. His passive would be that he can spot enemies through walls, kind of similar to how the Punisher works, but he might have to deal damage to them first, or there might be another condition we don't know yet. A fast dash that allows them to move around quickly, looks like somewhat similar to Psylocke. A Fang deflect where he can use his katana to deflect projectiles, kind of similar to, what's his name, Hawkeye. And then his ultimate where he turns into a vampire, gets boost to stats effectively, and likely should be able to heal himself when attacking as vampire. Now for Ultron, this is the information that has been data mined or leaked, so it is subject to change, but every other time they haven't done so take it with a grain of salt. Passive, full spacebar to fall slowly, not exciting, but whatever. From his picture that we could see here, very straightforward, which is something I do like. His basic attack is just a laser beam. His ultimate will summon drones to fire rays, dealing damage or healing allies. Sounds very cool. His shift ability is quickly dashes in the direction of movement, then enters a free flight mode. Fantastic for getting around. A lot of the supports are very slow, barring Luna's Snow. A lot of supports can be kinda slow or lackluster in other areas. So far, this one seems really cool. It's interesting to note the passive. Hold spacebar to fall slowly, meaning he's not going to be solely an airborne character, but someone who can move around in the air. With his E ability, command a giant drone to follow an ally, consistently healing allies in the radius, with additional healing to that designated ally. That sounds very good for tanks. Actually, this one's very interesting. His secondary ability, summon drones to grant bonus health to allies within range, centered on himself and the ally marked with the E ability. So this will give basically overshield bonus health set between himself and the person marked with the E ability. He kind of sounds like Adam Warlock in a way. It does sound like you'll have to manage his cooldowns in an interesting way, but there is two healing paths, the E ability and then his second ability, and then of course being able to get away, move around, as well as his ultimate dealing damage and healing, unless it's similar to Luna Snow, in which case you either choose to damage or choose to heal, or in her case damage, buff, or heal. It's a new support character, one that actually sounds kind of fun. I think if you played a lot of Adam Warlock, this will be someone for you. So again, I just want to recap, these are speculated, not confirmed. Things are subject to change, but likely not. So she should have two forms, Emma Frost. One will be her human form, where she has her Psychic Blast, her basic attack. Sounds sort of similar to Magneto. Psychic Ray, her secondary attack, which seems to be a alternate fire, or a special ranged attack. Psychic Barrier, similar to Magneto. And then her shift ability will transform herself into her diamond form. And with the diamond form, it sounds to be more melee based, close range, with diamond shock, diamond kick, and diamond backslam. Piercing Spike, likely a new ability that will hit through multiple enemies or potentially break defenses similar to Iron Fist. And then there's Soul Control, Mind Connection, similar name. These could be status effect abilities or stunning abilities, we're not sure. It does say confusing enemies. I know that a PvE is due to come, but to make an ability solely for that seems unlikely. And then there is the new leaked map. I've seen a lot of flack on how this is pronounced. It looks like Krakoa. Whether that's how you pronounce it or not, I'm sure you'll hear more about it later. And then there is a mention of another location, Arakko. Maybe that's going to be where the battle pass takes place, something similar to that, or the gallery cards. We're not sure yet, but it is all related to the Hellfire Gala theme. It should be bright, should be a unique layout design, very different than the Eternal Darkness map, which was very dark, not hard to see, just not bright. And then there's going to be some new leaked greetings. If you don't want to be spoiled for that, or you don't really care about that, that's fine. Otherwise, you could pause the video and read it here. And then we do have some patch note leaks as well. Then at this point, the patch notes haven't been released. From what we have heard, there should be new team up abilities. From what we have heard and what we can expect, you should expect general balance changes. So some characters will do more damage, less damage, tweaks to timing on abilities. And then they did mention that there's going to be new team up abilities. The ones that were in season 1 will not be the ones in season 2. I don't think that's going to be wholeheartedly the case, but I do expect to have some minor changes. So someone like Venom, Spider-Man, Penny Parker likely won't get changed, but something like Doctor Strange and Hulk likely would get changed. But that's all we have for now. April 11th is when this comes out, so you have about a week to wait for details, unfortunately. But in the meantime, do be sure play your ranked games if you haven't done 10 already to get the Human Torch skin. And if you have not done it yet, watch the 4 hours of Twitch to get the Adam Warlock skin and the other bonuses. You don't have to actually watch it, you just have to have the stream up and running. But do be sure to connect your Twitch account to the Marvel Rivals website. Otherwise, it doesn't count. There was a delay a little bit ago, so the time is now no longer ending on April 4th, but ending on April 6th, unless they've updated it again. So that's a wrap on this Marvel Rivals Season 2 information leak dump. Tell me, what are you excited for? I'm very excited for Ultron. I'm very excited for Emma Frost. I need some new variety. Hit that like button if you're still watching. Subscribe for more videos like this if you haven't already. And stay tuned for the next one.